Everybody, it is Tuesday. I'm on my way home from work. Work was really slow. It's weird today. It was kind of slow yesterday. I just had a couple of issues that came up. But today we didn't really get any phone calls, but I get phone calls later in the day because people will call for support on a different product than what I support, and they don't get an answer, and so they call us thinking that we're going to help them. It doesn't work out that way. They end up getting transferred right back to that person. But anyway, it was pretty non-eventful today, other than we talked about PlayStation 4, which now I want to pre-order one, but I don't have the $400 to pre-order one now or in the future, so what I'll have to do is save up and figure out when the release date is, and then I'll pre-order one and make sure I leave that money in savings, and then I can just move it over, because what they do is that you don't actually pay for it until it ships, but they have to have your credit card number, so if you don't have the money in your account, there's no point in doing that. And since we don't know the exact release date, not really sure, when they're going to charge your card. It's kind of a crapshoot. I wish they would just let you pay for it now and be done with it, since we already know what the price is going to be anyway. But I was excited to hear about it last night. I watched maybe 20 minutes of the conference, so eventually I'll get one, and there's a couple of games I want that are going to come out for it. I don't have a whole lot of time to play games. If you've seen my gaming channel, you see that I don't have any time to play games right now. So, I don't know, we'll see. I may wait a little bit after it gets released. Let that first initial buying spree go past me and then wait and get one later, because normally they'll release one a few months later in a different color or packaged with certain things, so that'd be one of those things I just wait on. No, I haven't decided when I'm going to do the filming of my braces. I'm going to do it eventually. I just don't know when I'm going to have time to actually sit down and do it. Plus, I need to get a wire fixed. The wire in the back on this side, it ripped my cheek open. So I've got a big glob of wax. Those with braces, they have this wax that you can put over things when they're rubbing inside of your mouth. And luckily, I haven't had any problems whatsoever except for now, and I just need to go back in there and have the orthodontist take its little pliers and clip the end of it so it's flush with the bracket, and I don't have to worry about it. It basically caught on my cheek and pulled it open, so that's definitely not something that I enjoyed. It hurt like crap, so to get that fixed hopefully this week. I need to email them tonight and do that. It looks like I'm probably working on Saturday, so I don't know if I'll get anything recorded this weekend either. It depends on if I have to work or not, because they just hired a bunch of new people, and our IT guy that sets up all the new machines doesn't have time. He's trying to fix everything, so he doesn't really have time during the week to set up 11 new systems, and so he asked me today if I wanted to come in, and I told him it was fine. I just needed to know, by tomorrow or the next day for sure. So I'll probably end up working with him on Saturday and getting all that done. So that'll be fun for Saturday, but I need to get my wife's car's alignment done. And I've called this place and talked to them. I don't know. I'm not really sold on them. They were referred to me by a place I bought the tires. So I'm going to look around. Yeah, they are the cheapest, but that doesn't always mean anything. And so I'm going to look around because they're not open on Saturdays, which is odd. So, and they're open really early and close like in mid-afternoon. So I don't think I'm going to be going there. So I'm going to try to find some place they can do it on Saturday and make it an appointment for Saturday. And then if I have to come in, I'll go do it first, and then I'll come into work and then go home. At least that's the plan so far. So anyway, not much else going on. Trying to think if there's anything else going on. Nothing exciting, not right now. I'm probably, if I don't have to work, I'm probably going to film this weekend and then work on one of my 100 building projects that I need to do. So my wife wants for me to build her a chicken tractor, which I'm going to have to look at the designs again and see what I need and actually build that, because I found my saw and I know where my drill is, so it's pretty much all I needed. So I'm going to try to build one of those, because she wants to get some meat chickens, where you basically just raise them for the meat. And what you do is you buy them young and you put them in this chicken tractor and you just move around the yard. It's all self-contained. And when they're about, I think she said on the Leghorns, when they're about 3 to 4 months old, they're at weight. They're like 5-6 pounds. And so what you do is you just take them over to this place in the next town over, and they will process them for you. So you basically have fresh meat. So we can get these chickens processed, and then they're fed all organic stuff. So fruits, vegetables. We do feed them some meat. So, and then their feed, of course. So they probably taste really good, and their eggs are really good. Like the ones we have now, the eggs are amazing. Speaking of eggs, a little segue into my happiness that just clicked into my head. I'm going to put a link of this thing that I bought. And I bought it because we have so many freaking eggs, and it got delivered today. And I cannot wait to go home, and I have to clean the inside of it first, and then I get to play with it. Basically what happens is, you plug it in, you crack 2 eggs and drop them down inside the cylinder, and then it literally cooks the egg into a cylinder shape, to a long cylinder shape, and then it pushes it out of the top, and you basically have this cylinder shape like omelet. So you can drop a couple eggs down in there and put some bacon, or put a strip of bacon in there, and it'll cook the egg up around the bacon, and then you pull the whole thing out, and you've got basically an omelet with bacon in it. But it not only does that, you can also put waffle mix in it and it won't have the waffle print, but it makes like waffle sticks. And then you can also, if you buy the little tortillas at the store, if you roll one tight enough, you can slide it down in there, and then you pour ingredients down in the middle of it, and it cooks the whole thing, and it pushes it out. It showed on the website them making like these pizza sticks and some kind of, I think like a burrito stick or something with like beans and meat. And cheese. It looked really good. But the reason I got it, and their main purpose of this machine, is to cook eggs really quick. I think it only takes like no more than 5 minutes. So literally tomorrow morning, I'm going to crack a couple of eggs and put them in there and start it up, and then let the dogs out, go get dressed, and by the time I'm done, my eggs should be ready and should be pushing out, and I take them and put them on a paper towel and eat them in the car, and then I get my protein, and I don't have to worry about really cooking anything on my own, or trying to microwave something, or making a huge mess. And then it comes with like a brush tool, and you just unplug it and then put a little bit of water in there and use that tool and a little bit of soap, and you just scrub it out. So I can't wait to play with this thing. I'm so freaking excited. And so I want to talk about something I didn't get and I'm getting a refund on, and that's the wallet case. I'm not getting the wallet case. They don't know why it's in Baton Rouge. They don't have a clue, and nobody's telling them, and I can't get the post office or UPS to tell me what's going on. So I basically they said, well, we're gonna send you another one. Since you never got this one, we'll just send you another one, and everything will be okay. And I said, if you're going to ship it to me ground and I got to wait 10 days again, forget it. I don't want it. I just want a refund. So later wrote me back and said, okay, I just processed your refund, which means that even though it was 10 days late, well, not 10 days late, it took 10 days and I still don't have it. Instead of them just shipping it overnight to show some good customer service, they were going to ship it ground again. So, and the company is called Boxwave, and I suggest you never do business with them because obviously they're not smart enough to be able to ship something. I don't know where they found out about this hybrid service thing or why they even bothered using it, but it doesn't work. And so then on top of that, showing me poor customer service by sending it again the same way, knowing for a fact it's not going to get here. The first one didn't. And then she was like, oh, and just to remind you, if that does show up at your house, you need to return it. Yeah, I'll be sure to do that. I'm going to return it. I don't want that piece of crap. I don't want any Boxwave product ever. And so, as soon as I get my refund, they're going to get some feedback that they're not going to like, but they're going to have to suck it up and deal with it because ultimately this is their fault. They tried to go out on the cheap and they screwed up. So now I got to find another wallet case. I found one that's kind of cool. It looks like a football, so it's even got the stitching. But I don't know if I'd actually like using it or not. So I got to look on Amazon and figure out which one I want to buy. And as soon as I get the refund, I'll go ahead and order another one. And hopefully I'll find one that's on Prime and get it in a couple of days. But definitely not happy with the way I was treated by them and the fact that you got to wait a whole day to get an answer on anything. So there's definitely somebody I don't want to ever do business with. And I even filed a complaint with Amazon. I didn't file a claim because they are refunding my money. I filed a complaint just saying that their customer service was piss poor. It was horrible. And that I never got the item. And even though they're refunding me, they offered me another one, but they were going to ship it the same way, knowing that the first time it failed. And so I guess they thought they were going to get a different result. I'm still boggled why it's in Baton Rouge, because I thought that the town we live in, there's another one in Louisiana with the same name. It's not anywhere near Baton Rouge. I thought that maybe it's in the same parish or something, and that's the main post office. It's closer to Shreveport. So their mail would go through Shreveport. So, who knows? When we used to have a commercial building in our town, we'd get stuff that had our address, our Main Street address on it, but it didn't have our city or zip code on it, and somehow it came to us because their stupid barcode thing screwed up and put the wrong barcode on it when it went through the post office. We went through that for a really long time, and I kept taking them up there, and I basically told the guy that was the postmaster at the time, I told him, I said, if your employees are so lazy that they're not going to look at the mail, then there's no point in delivering any more mail. We just won't accept mail at our location, and you guys can just sit on it, and I'll go paperless for all my bills, And anybody else that needs to send me a letter is just going to be out of luck. Because it's ridiculous. It's another customer service thing. They get in there and start making a bunch of money, and they get lazy because nobody will fire them. Don't know what they're all going to do when there is no more mail. Because it's going to happen eventually. Especially the way they're running that thing into the ground. So anyway, hopefully one of these days they'll figure out where it's supposed to be. Now, today they were showing it as delivered. And I was like, no, it's not. And then it changed that it was accepted again at that same post office in Baton Rouge. So who knows at this point? And of course, UPS isn't responding to my request, so there's, typical. So anyway, I do know that if you order something Prime, you get it, because I ordered that machine on Friday, and I got it today. So they ended up, I guess, shipping it Saturday. I think it went out. So I think it was Friday night when I found it, and so they put it out Saturday, and then it got to Austin yesterday, and then they put it on the truck this morning. So I'm happy. And that's the way it's been with a lot of other stuff that I've ordered with Amazon Prime. It's come really quick within a couple of days, which it's supposed to, and I haven't had any problems. This is the first problem I've ever had ordering anything off Amazon. And it's not their fault because they didn't fulfill the order. If they had, they would have fixed the problem, and they would have overnighted me a new one. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'm headed home so I can eat, and I got to work on some stuff tonight and upload this video, and I don't know what else. I think we're supposed to work in the yard or something tonight. So you guys have a good Tuesday night, and I will see you tomorrow.